Welcome to Toyota Time with Timmy the Toolman and Sean. What we have for you today is another modification to a third generation Toyota 4Runner. We're going to show you an aftermarket option in regards to the Panhard bar, that lateral control rod that attaches to the frame on the passenger side and attaches to the rear axle housing on the driver's side. After a suspension lift, some people opt to just use a adjustable length Panhard bar to get the rear end re-squared. What I mean by that is the rear end isn't kicked out either to the passenger side or the driver's side. It's sitting perfectly in line with the front tires. Some people opt to weld on a drop bracket on that passenger side in order for them to be able to keep that OEM Panhard bar and not have to buy an aftermarket one that will be adjustable. The option that I'm going to do on my 98 4Runner is I'm going to do a combination lift bracket on the axle housing and a drop bracket on the frame. There's a guy on toyota4runner.org that designed these, and he did a nice job. They fit with the contours of the axle bracket and the contours of the frame bracket on the passenger side. So this one is going to go on the axle housing, and this one is going to go on the bracket on the frame. So what this does is it gives your Panhard bar a better angle. Instead of it being more of a steep angle, you now get to flatten it out a little bit, and this helps give your rear end a little bit more stability. What I've noticed after I installed this Sonoran steel lift, I have a 4.5-inch lift in the rear and a 3-inch lift in the front, and what I've noticed, I'm getting a little bit of play in the rear end, and I'm hoping that these brackets help alleviate some of that excessive movement. I might also have to eventually replace some of the control arm bushings, the rear upper control arm bushings and the rear lower control arm bushings. But for now, I have a feeling, based off of what I've heard from other people like my buddy Sean, the rear end's going to be a lot more stable after I install these brackets. So there's really no preparation you need to do for this job. You just got to go to a welder and then take the Panhard bar off and get these things welded on. In regards to a welder, choose a good one. Choose somebody that knows what they're doing. They've been welding for a lot of years. You've seen their work and it's good, or you've heard about their work and people say their work is good. Don't use your buddy who just finished the first welding class he's ever taken at a community college and he says, "Hey bro, I'll hook you up. I can do it." Don't do that. It's better that you pay the money to get a professional welder to do this for you. All right, I'm off to the welder shop. Something nice to bring is some flat black paint so you can paint the frame when he gets done welding, or you just do it whenever you get around to it. It's up to you. I apologize that we didn't show the removal of the Panhard bar in this video, but we actually show the removal in our Toy Tech Boss lift video towards the end. So if you click on the link above, you can reference that video. But it's pretty simple. You just have a 17mm bolt nut on each side. The one thing that could possibly hang you up is that the bolts don't come out really easily. And what I found is if you jack up underneath the third member just a little bit, it will take a little bit of tension off the bolts and then you could get them slid off. So it's not really a very hard job to do. So this is what the axle bracket looks like welded on. Wes did a nice job welding all sides of it. When you put a ruler up here, you can see that it raises it 2 inches. Here's what the drop bracket looks like on the passenger side. The original mounting hole was right here, and Wes filled that in with the weld. It gives you a mounting point for a more mild lift, 1 inch down, and then it gives you another mounting point 2 inches down for a higher lift, which is the spot I'm using because I have a 4.5-inch lift on the rear. If you have a more mild lift and you're using the first mounting point, you just slide the Panhard bar in here and you bolt it up. The brackets come with provided washers, and what those washers are for is if you're using the bottom mounting hole, which I did, because the bottom section of it is just a little bit wider, so you slide a washer in between the bushing and the bracket on either side. That's what those provided washers are for, to take up the gap, because this bottom of the bracket is a little bit wider than this section is. After the welding's done and the surface has cooled down, you want to shoot it with some black paint. Paint and primer combo is a good choice, like chassis roll bar paint. And then you just get your Panhard bar in, and then if you have an adjustable Panhard bar, you might just need to do some fine adjustments to get the rear end squared up. And let me show you how I measure to make sure that the rear end is squared up. So here's the technique I use. I just use a tape measure. I measure to the frame, and then I measure to the outside of the tread. And from what I'm looking at, it looks like it's about 13 3/8. And then I just go to the other side and make sure that the measurement is equal, and that lets me know that the rear end is properly centered. So let me explain to you what's happening with your rear end when you do a suspension lift. The OEM bar is a fixed length. As this drives upward, it's going to want to pull the rear end towards the passenger side because this is a fixed length. So this goes up and then it pulls it over to the passenger side a little bit. And that's why people sometimes opt to just use a drop bracket to re-square the rear end with the OEM Panhard bar. But a lift bracket on the driver's side and a drop bracket on the passenger side is the best of both worlds. And I'll share some notes from the person who actually built these brackets. He explains it better than I could ever explain it. He says, the Panhard correction brackets are designed to correct Panhard length and angle on lifted 4Runners. As the truck's lift height increases, the Panhard angles away from the horizontal. This creates sway as the suspension cycles in normal use, axle moving side to side over bumps and compressions, and pulls the axle towards the passenger side of the truck at rest. The popular adjustable Panhard allows the recentering of the axle, however, does nothing to correct the sway caused by having an angled Panhard bar. Additionally, the recentering function of the adjustable Panhard bar is overstated. In reality, a 4-inch lift only shifts the axle 5.7 millimeters to the passenger side with the stock bar. The Panhard correction bracket allows you to retain the factory Panhard bar and corrects the sway-inducing geometry while recentering the axle, and is adjustable for lifts up to 4.5 inches. The Panhard Correction Kit uses a 2-inch Panhard lift bracket on the axle itself. Raising the Panhard bar increases the height of the vehicle's roll center, which increases its stability, reducing the tippy feeling that lifted vehicles often have. The 2-inch lift bracket is designed to raise the Panhard bar the maximum amount possible on a 3rd generation 4Runner without hitting the frame on full compression or maximum flex with the stock bump stops. For lift heights over 2.5 inches, the Panhard drop bracket on the passenger side of the frame gives additional mounting holes for the frame side of the Panhard bar. The middle hole is for 3 to 3.5 inch lifts, and the bottom hole is for 4 to 4.5 inch lifts. The maximum lift settings for the Panhard Correction Kit bring back the factory design roll center for the stock 4Runner. Any lift that's less than 4 to 4.5 inches actually has a roll center improvement over a stock unlifted truck. The benefits are better geometry. It removes the sway induced by adjustable Panhard bars. It improves stability by raising the roll center to that of or better than what Toyota designed. It gives you scalability. The Panhard Correction Kit is adjustable for 2 to 4.5 inch lifts. And lastly, it's very affordable. It's roughly half the price of popular adjustable Panhard bars. So this is Sean's lift bracket on the axle, and the welder he used decided to put a little bit of additional support by welding on this L bracket. So that's an option. So the whole point of this video is showing you an option if you have a lifted 4Runner to correct your Panhard bar angle to improve stability while you're driving down the road. We'll put a link in the video description of how you can order these. You can contact this guy Keith several ways. You can contact him on t4r.org. You can contact him on his website. You can contact him on Facebook. We're going to put all those links in the video description so you can order these and be cool like us with the horizontal Panhard bar. It's the coolest thing, cruising the mall. Angles aren't cool, horizontal's cool. And hey, tell him Timmy the Toolman sent you. I don't think it's going to get you anything, but tell him I sent you. Or not. Okay. We thank you for watching Toyota Time with Timmy the Toolman and Sean. We'll be back with more videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any questions or comments, do that below. Take care. Bye-bye.